What's up, guys? This is OmegaLiar, and today I'm bringing you a subscriber/friend requested gameplay to use an M16 with a silencer and an RPG secondary. Now, the perks that he requested were Recon, Blast Shield, and Marksman, but because when I gave out the offer, I did say that I could change one thing about the class, so I'm not using Recon because I think it's absolutely worthless. So instead, I'm using Sleight of Hand, much better perk, much more useful, especially when you're using RPGs. And, well, it ended up getting me a pretty good gameplay. Now, again, this is old, so I can only remember so much of what happened. But, I did look at the final score, and it was pretty decent. So, anyway, I'm using this M16 here with two attachments. The first is Silencer, because it never said I couldn't use a second. And, the second attachment I'm using is a Rapid Fire. Because even though T-Mart recently put out a video talking about rapid fire and the different effects it has, the M16 is too slow without it. The Type 95 is fine. You don't really need rapid fire on the Type 95, but if you don't use rapid fire on the M16, you're kind of doing it wrong. So I'm using rapid fire on the M16. And this is also a gameplay on Dome. And obviously the M16 doesn't seem like a very good gun for Dome. But if you position yourself properly, and I did that pretty decently this game if I can remember correctly, I actually was able to maintain a lot of long-range engagements. For instance, right here, I'm looking down, I'm in the corner of the map. I have one really long, I haven't done this in a while. I have one really long sight line all the way to my right, no longer anymore, and I have one to my left. And I'm taking advantage of as many long-range sight lines as I can. For instance, this spot right here, which is really only good if you have a long-range weapon, an assault rifle, an LMG, etc. And it can be extremely useful. And because the perk setup is Marksman, well, it kind of simplifies things because I can sort of just look for the names, even if I don't necessarily see people. And that right there was very lucky I got that kill, even though it didn't really lead to much. Now, let's talk about the RPGs real quick, and then I want to jump into some other stuff. The RPGs are actually pretty good. They're a fun little secondary. They can almost guarantee you one kill every single time. And if not, if you actually can get one in one shot, oftentimes you'll get two. It's kind of like a Modern Warfare 2 not danger close nuke, but also it's not as easy to use because RPGs are kind of stupid and they have a mind of their own. And when you want them to go down, they go up, and when you want them to go up, they go down, and they never listen. As if you could talk to them, but it's interesting. I think you should definitely give them a try. It's something a little bit different, and I was just waiting for the connection to like sort of rehabilitate itself. So yeah, this is an interesting class, and it's actually a lot of fun. As long as you maintain long sight lines, and another good way to do it is make sure that you're constantly in a high position, which makes the RPGs especially a lot easier to use. And you can't really get into close range combat because the M16 it just gets denied. But now that I have all the gameplay stuff out of the way, a couple little tips as if you really need them at this point. Everyone said everything that you really can. I have small tactics and whatever that I still use that I can't think of off the top of my head, but well, whatever. T-Mart covers most of that stuff anyway. So let's talk about some stuff coming up because this is kind of cool. I live in New York, for one, and starting yesterday, today, which is April 4th, the New York International Auto Show just opened up. And on April 6th, which is my birthday, or possibly April 8th, depending on what works better for me and my friends, we're all probably going to get tickets, and we really want to go. And considering the fact that I'm sort of kind of like a car enthusiast in the making, it sounds like it's going to be a lot of fun. I was reading about it a little bit, and I saw about some of the expeditions. They're going to have like some old Ferraris there. They're going to be revealing a bunch of cars. And for those of you who don't care about cars, I'm sorry, I won't take up hopefully too long on this. Nonetheless, line of sight here, also shown by T-Mart. He actually is so useful. But anyway, the thing I'm looking forward to the most is the reveal of the new Dodge Viper and some other Lexus stuff and some other BMW stuff, whatever. I hope the I models are going to be there And for those of you who don't know, the BMW models are these new electric ones, new electric sports cars that they're making. That I think they were in the Mission Impossible, the newest Mission Impossible movie, and it's this sweet-looking futuristic car. I'm also hoping that, for no particular reason, even though it was revealed at Geneva, that they bring like some Lamborghinis, possibly that new Aventador concept that came out recently, and the NSX, because I kind of want to see him in person. But the Dodge Viper is still pretty big. I saw a video of it recently. You didn't get to hear much of it, but you got to see a lot of it, and it just looks sweet for unexplainable reasons, really. But yeah. So hopefully when I go there, I'm gonna talk to whoever I can there to see if I'm even allowed to post videos, or if you need. I don't know. I don't know the rules work, but hopefully I'll be able to bring you footage of there for those of you who don't live in New York, or if you live somewhere else in the world. I have a lot of subscribers in Europe. I recently saw, this is so random, I was looking at my analytics, and I recently saw that I have people watching me in Australia, which I already knew, but I also have people watching me in Africa. I have people watching me in South America, specifically Brazil and Costa Rica, which I recently learned on my Costa Rica vlog video. By the way, more of those, I have tons and tons and tons of Costa Rica stuff, which will probably be coming out over the next few weeks. But I love doing that. But in the last however much time I have, which is probably not much, and this story is probably not going to go anywhere, but recently I was watching an Only Use Me Played video talking about Hutch, and how Hutch is stepping down from Machinima Respawn, and how he's no longer going to be doing it, and how he's part of a dying breed of people who started and did this in the beginning because they wanted to do this. And even though I'm not huge like most of the people that started back then, mainly because I was in 5th grade, I actually have been on YouTube for years. I've been on YouTube longer than I've been on YouTube longer than Wings of Redemption. So if you guys just want to see something interesting about me, go to my old channel. I'm going to tell you guys it now. It's Flare66966, and look at the date it was created. That's my channel. I've been doing that forever. But final score 35-6. I'll touch on that more possibly in another commentary because I think it's kind of interesting. Thanks for watching, and peace out.